below two git commands. In the last session, we were trying to understand below two git commands. What are those two git commands? First one is git merge, and the second one is git rebase. Git merge and git rebase. Okay. Git merge and git rebase commands are used to merge the changes from one branch to another branch. Git merge and git rebase commands are used to merge changes from one branch to another branch. Git merge and git rebase commands are used to merge changes from one branch to another branch using CLI mode. Note, we can also use pull request to merge the changes from one branch to another branch. We can also use pull request to merge changes from one branch to another branch. We can also use pull request to merge changes from one branch to another branch. But in the interview, they may ask a question: what is the difference between git merge and git rebase? So in the last session, we have taken one scenario. Here we are having a master branch. Here we are having a master branch. Inside this master branch, we have created one file with the name called m1.txt. I have a file with the name called m1.txt in the master branch. Master branch is available. Inside the master branch, we have taken m1.txt. Then after that, we have created feature branch from the master. We have created feature branch from the master. Feature branch we have created. When I have created the feature branch, whatever the files are available in the master will come to feature also. So feature branch also contains m1.txt. Feature branch also contains m1.txt because in the master branch already m1.txt file available. When I created the feature branch, I have selected my source branch as a master. Whatever the files are available in the master, those files came to feature branch also. Now here feature branch created from the master. After creating this feature branch, after creating the feature branch, I am working on some changes. I am working on some changes in the feature branch. But somebody created one more file in the master branch. Somebody created one more file in the master branch after feature branch got created. After feature branch got created, somebody created one more file in the master branch. That is called m2.txt. Okay, that is called as m2.txt. Now, how can I get the m2.txt file into my feature branch? So that's where we need to merge these changes to feature branch. We need to merge the changes from master branch to feature branch. Okay, this is what the scenario. First, master branch is available. In the master branch, m1.txt file is available. m1.txt file is available. Then we have created feature branch. Whatever the files are available in the master, those changes are coming to feature branch also. Got my point? Then when I am working on the feature branch, other developers are working on the master branch. So there are some important changes are available in the master branch. Then I want to merge master branch changes to my feature branch. Merge the changes. Merge master branch changes to feature. Merge master branch changes to feature branch. Merge master branch changes to feature branch. Merge master branch changes to feature branch. Okay, what are the commands we are having, guys? In the last class we have already tried that. What are the commands that we are having? What are the commands we are having to merge the changes from one branch to another branch? Git merge is available, git rebase is available. Okay, git merge, git merge, git merge. When we use git merge, it will merge all the changes from one branch to another branch along with the commit history. Git merge command will merge all changes from one branch to another branch along with commit history. Git merge command will merge all the changes from one branch to another branch along with commit history. That means who all are committed to the master branch, when committed, why committed, who committed. All the changes which are newly committed will be merged to the feature along with the commit history. Is this command clear now? Is this command clear now? What is the git merge is going to do? What the git merge is going to do? Now, new changes implemented in the master branch. Those master branch changes I want in the future. Then I will go for git merge command. Git merge command. Then what will happen? So the changes will be merged from master to future, and along with that, it is going to merge along with the history. Okay. Now git rebase. What git rebase is going to do? Git rebase command will merge all the changes as a single commit. Day before yesterday I told that commit history will not be available. That's right, but I forgot to mention one point. Git rebase will merge the changes with a single commit. Now here, after feature branch got created, several people has done the commits to the master. 3 people done the 3 commits to the master. Now if I merge master branch changes to feature branch, then all the 3 people commits history will come to the feature. All the 3 people's commit history will come to the feature. But when you go for a rebase, this complete master branch changes will be merged to feature as a single commit. How many people committed to the master? What is the commit history? Who committed? When committed? Why committed? That thing will not be available. That thing will not be available. Now somebody modified M1, somebody modified M2. If you do the rebase, then it is difficult to track the history. In the last session I told commit history will not be available. Why that commit history? Whenever you do the rebase, it doesn't matter who committed the changes to that branch. I just want to merge completely. So all the master branch, complete master branch will be merged to the feature branch as a new commit. Only single commit will be displayed. Whatever the changes, how many people committed, who modified M1, who modified M2, those things will not be available for us when you go for rebase. The complete history or complete branch, master branch will be rebased to the feature branch as a single commit. You understand? Git rebase will merge. Git rebase command will rebase the master branch to future as a single commit. Complete the branch, complete. When we use git rebase will rebase complete branch as a single commit. Okay. Commit history, tracking the commit history is difficult here. Tracking commit history difficult. Tracking commit history is difficult. Now, simple, for example, in this master branch from 6 months we are working on. From 6 months, so many commits happen. Now I don't want to track that commit history. I want to start fresh. I don't want to track that commit history. I want to start fresh. So if you want to start fresh, then can we go for merge or rebase? From 6 months, so many people are working on that. Tomorrow new module is going to start. So do I need to track that history? I don't need that history. Then we will go for rebase. This complete branch will be rebased to future. The complete branch is rebasing. That will be displayed as one commit. But if I go for git merge, what will happen? Tracking will be there. Git merge command will merge all the changes from one branch to another branch along with the commit history. Git rebase will rebase complete branch as a single commit. So that is the difference between git merge command and git rebase command, which is very famous interview question. Okay, now let's come to interview questions part, guys. Now. So here what we have discussed so far in our Git tool, what is version control software? That we have discussed. Why version control software? Third one. Which version control software you using in your project? Which version control software you are using in your project? Which version control software you are using in your project? What is the difference between GitHub and Git? What is the difference between GitHub and Git? What is a repository and who will create it? What is a repository and who will create it in your project? What is a repository and who will create it in your repository? What is the difference between public repository and private repository? What is the difference between public repository and private repository? What is the difference between public repo and private repo? What is clone and what is cloning? What is cloning? Okay. How to clone particular branch? How to clone particular branch? Which client software you are using to perform operations with repository? Which client software you are using to perform Git operations? Which client software you are using to perform Git operations? Guys, 1 second, somebody is knocking my bell. Give me 2 minutes. Yeah, right, guys. Which client software you are using to perform Git operations? Okay. And the next one, what is staging? What is staging in Git? How to stage all the changed files? How do you stage? How do you stage all the modified files at a time? What is push and pull? What is push and pull? How to check commit history? How to check commit history in Git? How to check commit history in Git? Okay, these are quite common questions that they are going to ask you. And the next one is what are the branches in the Git? What are the branches in Git? What are the branches in Git? What is pull request? What is pull request? How to merge the changes from one branch to another branch? How to merge branches in Git? How to merge branches in Git? How to merge branches in Git? Have you ever faced conflicts and how you resolve the conflict? Have you ever faced conflicts and when? And what is the scenario? Have you ever faced conflicts and what is the scenario? How do you resolve conflicts? How do you resolve conflicts? How do you resolve conflicts? So these are frequently asked questions from the Git. Did I cover all these topics, guys? Did I cover all these topics as part of our course? Did I explain all these things? Yes. What is version control software? Version control software is used for hosting or it is used for managing our project source code at one place. Version control software is used to what is version control software? Version control software is used to manage the project source code at one place. Why version control software? By using version control software, we can integrate project source code at one place. What is version control software? By using version control software, we can integrate project source code at one place and it will provide monitored access. Who is making changes to our project easily you can track by using this version control software. Which version control software you are using in your project? Which version control software you are using in your project? And what is the difference between GitHub and Git? What is the difference between GitHub and Git? GitHub is a cloud provider. Git is the version control software. GitHub is internally using Git as a version control software. What is a repository and who will create it in your project? Repository is a place where we will store the project source code. Git administrator is going to create the repository. Repository is a place where we are going to store the project source code and Git administrator is going to create it. What is the difference between public repository and private repository? Public repository means everybody can see. Private means nobody can see. You can add who can commit to that repository. Okay, public and private. In the companies, they will create public repositories or private repositories. In the company projects, we will use public repositories or private repositories in the company projects. In the company projects, we are going to use private repositories. What is cloning? What is cloning? Come on, what is cloning? Abhishek, what is the meaning of cloning? Cloning is the process of taking the project from the repository to local. Cloning is the process of taking the project from the central repository to local repository. clone it? Git clone repository URL. Git clone repository URL. How to clone a particular branch? How to clone a particular branch? Git clone -b branch name. Git clone -b branch name. Which client software you are using to perform Git operations? Which client software you are using to perform Git operations? Git bash, you can say. Source tree, you can say anything. Whichever you comfortable, that one you can say. What is staging in the Git? Once we create a new file or modify the file, we need to add the file to staging area. Then only that file can be committed. Staging. How do you stage all the modified files at a time? Git add -a. Git add -a. Git add -a. Good. How to stage all the modified files at a time? Git add -a. What is push and pull? Git unstage command is also there. Na reset. Reset command is the Karthik we discussed. Reset command to unstage a file. Alright. What is the push and pull? Push means sending the changes from our local system to repository. Pull means taking the latest changes from the repository to local. Push and pull. How to check the commit history in the Git? By using git log command. Git log command. What are the branches in the Git? Branches are used to maintain separate code bases. Okay. Now like feature branch, release branch, dev branch, like that branches will be maintained in the Git. What is pull request? If you want to merge the changes from one branch to another branch, then we will go for pull request. If you want to merge the changes from one branch to another branch, then we will go for pull request. Right. Now, how to merge branches in the Git? Pull request is there, and git merge, git rebase commands also available. Have you ever faced conflicts, and what is the scenario? Yes, definitely. Whenever we are taking a pull, there is a chance of getting the conflicts. How do you resolve conflicts? Manually we have to resolve the conflicts, and we need to commit the changes without having the conflicts. Okay. So with this we completed Git and Bitbucket also. Git and Bitbucket almost same, guys. Git and Bitbucket are almost same. Now next one, we need to understand software development life cycle, guys. We need to understand software development life cycle, that is SDLC. In this SDLC, I'm going to explain you waterfall model, agile model, and Jira. What is waterfall, what is agile, and what is Jira? Jira tool we are going to learn as part of this. Now, can anyone tell me what is SDLC? SDLC stands for Software Development Lifecycle. SDLC stands for Software Development Lifecycle. SDLC stands for Software Development Lifecycle. SDLC represents the project development from starting to ending. SDLC represents the project development procedure from starting to ending. SDLC stands for Software Development Lifecycle. SDLC represents the project development procedure from starting to ending. How we are going to create the project, right? Now, how we are going to develop the project, what are the steps that we are going to follow to develop the project? Everything we are going to discuss in the SDLC. In SDLC, we have several phases for the project development. In SDLC, we have several phases. What are the phases available? The first one is requirements gathering. What is the first phase, guys? Requirements gathering. Second phase, requirements analysis. Requirements gathering, requirements analysis, then planning, then requirements gathering, requirements analysis, and planning or design. We can say planning or design. Next one, implementation, that is also called as development. Implementation, also called as development. Then testing. Once the implementation is completed, then we have to test our application. Then deploy and deliver. Then next phase is maintenance. So these are 7 phases will be involved in the project development, guys. These are the 7 pages that are involved in the project development. SDLC stands for Software Development Life Cycle. So if you go for any project, they will follow SDLC process to develop the project. SDLC stands for Software Development Life Cycle. SDLC represents project development procedure from starting to ending. In SDLC, we have several phases. Requirements gathering, requirements analysis, planning or designing, we can say. Implementation will be there, development, testing, delivery and maintenance. Testing, deliver and maintenance. Now, these are SDLC phases. So first, what are the requirements from the client? Client wants a project we want to develop a project for a client. So before going to start the project development, first we need to gather the requirements. What is the client business? What is the client business? What is the client business that we have to understand first? Client business. Gather the requirements. Once we gather the requirement, we have to analyze whatever the requirements given by the client. Can we develop all those requirements? Can we develop all those requirements? That we need to gather. We need to gather requirements from the client. We need to gather requirements from the client and analyze all the requirements given by the client. Can we develop or not? All the requirements given by the client, can we develop or not? We have to understand it. Next one, plan or design. What is the architecture we need to follow to develop this project? Which database we need to follow, we use? How many layers we need to develop? That planning we have to do. Once the planning got completed, then we will start the actual development. Once the planning got completed, then we can start the actual development. Once the planning got completed, then we can start the actual development. Then we will go for testing. So once the development is completed, our application is working as expected or not, we have to test it. Once the testing completed, then we need to deliver the application. Once the testing is completed, we need to deliver the application. Once the application is delivered, we need to provide some maintenance support for the application. Once the application delivered successfully, then we need to provide support for the application. That is called maintenance, guys. We need to provide the maintenance also for the application. These are called as SDLC phases. Now, in SDLC there are several methodologies are available. In SDLC we have several methodologies. In the SDLC we have several methodologies. What are those methodologies? Waterfall methodology, V model, spiral model, waterfall model, V model, spiral model, waterfall model, V model, spiral model, and the next one is agile model. Agile model. Currently, agile is trending in the market. What is this agile? This agile is trending in the market. Agile methodology is the one which is trending in the market. Okay, nowadays in the industry, almost all the projects are getting developed by using agile model. So before going to jump into agile model, first let's understand what is waterfall and what are the problems with the waterfall model. Waterfall model is a linear model. Waterfall model is a linear model. Waterfall model is a linear model. In the waterfall, we are going to complete all the phases in the sequential manner. In waterfall model, we will complete SDLC phases in the sequential manner. In waterfall model, we will complete SDLC phases in sequential manner. In waterfall model, we will complete SDLC phases in the sequential manner. So, what is the meaning of that? Requirements gathering. First, this phase will be available. We are going to gather the requirements. Once the requirements gathering completed, then we will go for requirements analysis. After the gathering is completed, then only we will go for requirements analysis. Now, planning or design. That once requirements analysis completed, then we will go for design. And next one, development. After the design completed, then we will go for development. After the development, then the next phase is testing. After development completion, now we need to go for testing. Project functionality should be tested properly. After testing, deliver and maintenance. We need to deliver the project. Once our testing are completed, we are going to deliver the project to the client. After the project delivery completed, then we will go for maintenance. After the project delivery got completed, then we will go for maintenance of the project. Okay, first step is requirements gathering. Once the requirements gathering is completely completed, then only we will go for analysis. After analysis, we will go for design. From design to development to testing, testing to delivery, then delivery to maintenance. All these phases are happening sequentially, guys. So first we will gather the requirements from the client, then we are going to analyze the requirements. Once the analysis is completed, then we will do the designing part. Once the design part is completed, then we will go for a development part. Once the development is completed, then we will go for a testing part. Once the testing is done, we will go for a deliver. Once the testing is completed, we will go for deliver. After the deliver, we will go for maintenance. All these are the SDLC phases. So you can search for the waterfall model in the internet also. What they are saying in the internet about waterfall model. You can search for waterfall model in the internet also. Now, images. Waterfall model images. Can you see what is the image? It is saying that requirements, design, development, testing, deployment, maintenance. So this is a sequential manner. First we will collect the requirements, then we will analyze, then design, then develop, then test, deploy and deliver, then provide maintenance. So if you see here, requirements gathering, designing, implementation, testing, deliver and deploy, and maintenance. So if you see any diagram related to waterfall, same procedure, step-by-step approach. Waterfall model is a step-by-step approach. It is a linear model. Waterfall is a linear model. Software engineering waterfall model. You see. Requirements analysis phase. Waterfall model representation is a cascade of waterfall. How the water will fall from top to bottom. In the same way, waterfall model will be available. Now, advantages of the waterfall model and disadvantages of the waterfall model is available. So now here, advantages of the waterfall model is it is easy to implement, and we are very clear what we need to do next. We are very clear what we need to do next. But here, when you compare advantages and disadvantages more. We will go only in forward direction. We will go only in forward direction. We will go only in forward direction. Requirements cannot be changed in the middle. Requirements cannot be changed in middle. Client involvement is less. Client involvement is less. Final project will be delivered at the end. Final project will be delivered at the end. These all are drawbacks of going for waterfall model, guys. These all are the drawbacks of going for waterfall model. We will go only in forward direction. We will go only in forward direction. Requirements cannot be changed in the middle. Client involvement is less. Final project will be delivered at the end. Final project will be delivered at the end. If client don't like our final delivery, then we have to change everything. If client don't like our delivery, then we have to change everything. We have to change everything. Now, so these are the drawbacks. So he is giving the requirements, client is giving the requirements, we are analyzing, we are designing, we are developing, testing, delivering and providing the support. But at the end, client is seeing the project. After 2 years, the client will see the project. We are taking the time to analyze, design, develop, test, deliver. So it took 2 years of time to deliver the project. After our delivery, client is not happy with our work. Then can we change everything within 1 day? 2 years of time, 2 years of money, 2 years of resources, everything will be wasted. Now, can we change the requirements frequently in the waterfall model? Can we change the requirements frequently? In the waterfall model, can we change the requirements? So 2 years back, whatever the requirement client is given, same thing we are going to develop. We are not going to change anything in the requirements. But tell me, 2 years business scenario and current business scenarios are same in the market? Our competition is there. Whatever you got the requirement 2 years back, in the today's business world, there is no use of that. You have to change your pattern. You have to change your pattern. You have to change your style. You have to change your projects, functionality. So that is the reason waterfall methodology is not suitable for complex projects. Here, requirements are fixed and budget is fixed. Requirements are fixed.
పిల్లగానికి అవసరమా
And budget is
క్లాస్ మానేసి మరి పిల్ల అవసరాలు తెచ్చేసుకుంటుంది.
requirements are fixed and budget is also fixed when we go for this waterfall methodology. We will go only in forward direction. Requirements cannot be changed in the middle. Client involvement is less. Final project will be delivered at the end. If client don't like our delivery, then we have to change everything. Requirements are fixed and budget is also fixed when you go for waterfall methodology. In today's world, waterfall methodology is not recommended to develop a project because project functionalities are keep on changing as per marketed trends. In today's world, software projects requirements are keep on changing as per business needs. In today's world, software projects requirements are keep on changing as per business needs. Hence, waterfall is not suitable in today's market. In today's world, software projects requirements are keep on changing as per business needs. Hence, waterfall is not suitable in today's market. In IT industry, most of the projects are getting developed using agile methodology. In IT companies nowadays, we are developing our projects using agile methodology. In IT companies nowadays, we are developing our projects using agile methodology. Agile is currently trending in the market. What is agile, guys? Agile methodology is currently trending in the market. Agile methodology is currently trending in the market. Agile methodology promotes continuous development and continuous delivery throughout the SDLC of the application. Now, here in the waterfall methodology, what is happening? We are gathering the requirements, we are analyzing the requirements, we are designing the requirements, we are developing the requirements, testing, deliver. Testing, then deliver. Delivery is happening at the end. So, client has given requirements today. We will say that we will deliver our project after 2 years. Client has to wait for 2 years to see the project. That is the drawback. Okay. Now, agile methodology is currently trending in the market. What is this agile methodology? How this agile development will be available in the IT? What is this agile methodology? How this agile will be followed in the IT companies nowadays? Agile methodology promotes continuous development and continuous testing throughout the application development, throughout SDLC phases of the application. Agile is one of the SDLC methodology. Agile is one of the SDLC methodology. Agile methodology promotes. Agile is an iterative approach. Agile methodology. Agile is an iterative approach. It is a loop kind of thing. Agile is an iterative approach. Agile methodology promotes continuous development and continuous delivery. Agile development promotes continuous development and continuous delivery. Agile development promotes continuous development and continuous delivery. In the agile methodology, we are not going to, in the agile methodology, we will deliver the project in multiple releases. In agile methodology, we will deliver project to client in multiple releases. Continuous development and continuous delivery. Let's take one example. Client has given 100 requirements to develop. Client has given 100 requirements to develop a project. Now, are we going to follow this linear process to
develop the 100 requirements given by the client? Are we going to follow this linear process to develop 100 requirements given by the client? No. Now what is this Agile? Agile is one of the SDLC methodology. Agile is an iterative approach. Agile is one of the SDLC methodology. Agile is an iterative approach. Agile development promotes continuous development. Agile development promotes continuous development and Agile development promotes continuous development and continuous delivery. Agile methodology promoting continuous development and continuous delivery. In Agile methodology, we will deliver project to the client in multiple releases. In Agile methodology, we will deliver the project to client in multiple releases. Now, for example, client has given 100 requirements to develop a project. Client has given 100 requirements to develop a project. Now, how we will do that in the Agile methodology? Let's see here. Agile images. Okay. Now, here in the Agile methodology, if you see Agile methodology, everything is a cycle process, iterative approach. Everything is a iterative approach. Agile model. Now, 1, 2, 3. Client has given 100 requirements for us. I am not going to deliver all the 100 requirements to the client at a time. I am not going to deliver all the 100 requirements to the client at a time. Now, what I will do is, I am going to deliver the requirements to the client in multiple releases. This is the perfect diagram there. I am going to deliver all the requirements in multiple releases. Client has given 100 requirements to develop a project. We will break down 100 requirements into multiple releases. We will break down all requirements into multiple releases. That means everything I am not going to deliver at a time. Now first I have taken 35 requirements I have taken here. Then I have taken remaining 35 requirements here. And here I have taken 30 requirements. Okay, first 35 requirements I am going to plan, I am going to design, develop, test, deploy, review, then deliver. Then again go to second sprint. Second sprint means second release. Plan, design, develop, test, deploy, review, then launch. Launch means live. After the second sprint completed, then go for third sprint. Plan, design, develop, test, deploy, review, and launch. So here, client has given 100 requirements to develop a project. We are not going to develop all the 100 requirements, and we are not going to deliver all the 100 requirements at a time. We will break down all the requirements into multiple releases. We are going to break down all the requirements into multiple releases. Those releases are called as sprints in the Agile. Those releases are called as sprints in the Agile. One sprint, nothing but one release. Now, first 35 requirements I am going to take. I will analyze, I will develop, I will test it, I will deliver. Client will give the feedback. If a client don't like it, then our time is not wasting much. Every sprint means 1 month, we will do one sprint. Or for 2 weeks, we will do one sprint. Instead of delivering everything at a time, we are going to deliver the project piece by piece. Client involvement will be more in the Agile methodology. In Agile methodology, requirements and budget not fixed. In Agile methodology, requirements and budget not fixed. Client involvement will be more. for every client involvement will be more.
వాళ్ళు ఫోన్ చేయమన్నారు అది చేయట్లేదు.
Client involvement will be more in Agile. In Agile, total requirements will be divided into multiple sprints. All requirements will be divided into multiple sprints. All requirements will be divided into multiple sprints, which is called as release. After delivering one sprint, we'll take the feedback from the client and we'll go for the next sprint. After one sprint got completed, then we will take feedback from client. After one sprint got completed, then we'll take feedback from client. Then we'll move on to next sprint. Requirements can change. Requirements can be changed for every sprint. Requirements can be changed for every sprint. Requirements can be changed for every sprint. Now, in the today's world, now tell me, is it recommended to develop a project using waterfall model or recommended to go for agile model? Which is suitable to develop now? Which model is suitable to develop a project nowadays? Waterfall is suitable or agile is suitable? Agile methodology is suitable. Why agile methodology is suitable? Why not waterfall? Why not waterfall? Why not waterfall, guys? In the waterfall, requirements cannot be changed, client involvement will be less, project will be delivered at the end, client involvement will be less, requirements cannot be changed, so it's outdated approach. Okay, now agile is a iterative approach. Agile promotes continuous development and continuous delivery. Agile is one of the SDLC methodology. Agile is an iterative approach. Agile promotes continuous development and continuous delivery. In Agile methodology, we will deliver project to the client in multiple releases. Client has given 100 requirements to develop a project. We are not going to attack all the 100 at a time. Let's divide and conquer. Out of this 100, don't take all. Take few requirements first, which are very priority for the client. Difficult tasks first we will take. So out of this 100, let us take the first 35 requirements as part of the sprint 1. Let us take the 35 requirements as part of the sprint 1. You plan, you design, you develop, you test, you deploy, and you review. Then you launch it. Once that is done, then go for next 35 requirements. That is sprint 2. Then sprint 3. So client involvement will be more. Client will easily monitor what is happening in the project. Client can observe what is going well, what is going wrong in the project. If any changes in the requirement, client may change the requirement here. Budget is not fixed, requirements are not fixed. So this is the dynamic model that currently we are following in the IT industry to develop the projects. So I hope you got the clarity. What is waterfall model and what is agile model? I hope you got the clarity what is waterfall model and what is agile model. Come on. Yes, so it's a theoretical session. So tomorrow we will understand agile terminology, how we are going to follow agile methodology and how we are going to work with Jira software. I think tomorrow and day after tomorrow we will complete our discussion related to agile and Jira. Thank you guys. I will see you in the next session tomorrow. Thank you.
మీరు కట్టే ఒకవేళ ఇచ్చేది మేము వచ్చి కోర్టులో ఇప్పుడు చెప్పేస్తుంది రాఖీ తీసుకుంటాక నాకు ఇస్తామని చెప్పి చెప్పేస్తుంది. అప్పుడు మళ్ళీ ఇంకో వాయిదా వేస్తారో ఆలోచించుకొని వేస్తారండి. వేస్తారు అప్పుడు మళ్ళీ వస్తే వచ్చినప్పుడు కూడా మళ్ళీ రాఖీ తీసుకుంటామని చెప్పాలి కదా. మళ్ళీ లాస్ట్లో సంపాదించేటప్పుడు కదా డబ్బులు ఇస్తారు కదా. వాళ్ళు ఎన్ని వాయిదాలు వేసినా 3 వేసినా 4 వేసినా 2 వేసినా అంటే నేను